Yeah, here we are again. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Yeah, I got my coffee. Good morning to Atlantic Canada and the rest of Canada and the rest of the world. Happy Saturday. Yeah, hope everybody had a good week. Hey, Finley.
So even with the accumulation of lots of debt, rising incomes and asset values help borrowers remain creditworthy for a long time. But this obviously cannot continue forever. And it doesn't. Over decades, debt burdens slowly increase, creating larger and larger debt.
Hey, good morning.
At some point, debt repayments start growing faster than income, forcing people to cut back on their spending. And since one person's spending is another person's income, incomes begin to go down.
No wife in my life.
Less affordability, causing borrowing to go down. Debt repayments continue to rise, which makes spending.
Had a common law, she's gone. How's your morning going? Good stuff. You know it. But it all starts with a good coffee. So that's what I'm doing this morning. I'm doing just fine. How about yourself? Just sitting here with my dog, watching some YouTube. Thought I'd come on, say hello to everybody. What are you up to? Yeah. You know, nothing wrong with a little bit of bean juice, right? It's getting expensive, though. 2 pounds of beans at Costco was like $26 now. It's nuts. What time is it where everybody is? Lemon tea. I don't think I've had lemon tea. Sounds good, though. I like having green tea with my sushi. Arkansas. I'm in Ontario. Nice to meet you. Good morning. It's an early start for you. How's everybody's week been? Yeah, you too, Steven. Yeah, Juki. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Juki. Drake, you know what? Some of his stuff's all right. I'm more of a, honestly, a metalhead. But you know what? There's some hip hop and stuff like that that I do like. Mostly Eminem, to be honest. But Drake's got some interesting beats. How about yourself? Sorry, Stefan. Yes, all flavors, even some country. You know, I've got an aunt who's an opera singer. It's not my go-to genre, but I can respect it. It takes a lot of practice to be good at anything. Do you have what was it going on? Drake was having beef with somebody. Uh, yeah, he's consistent. He had some drama going on with him, and who the hell was it? He did the halftime show for Super Bowl. I forget his name now. They Not Like Us. Yep, that's the one. That was the song, anyways. What was the guy's name? Shit, pardon me. I don't follow it that closely, to be honest. I just know there was Drake ended up suing over it. Kendrick, yes, thank you. There's so much news that goes through the cycle. It's easy to forget what the hell happened like last week. Yes, Kendrick Lamar. That's right. Thank you. Yeah, there was an accusation of him, like, being some kind of, I don't know, pedo or something like that. I forget what it was. Um, Not pleasant, though. It wasn't good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. My content's mostly to do with investing for disabled people, which I'm low sighted, low vision, so I try to help other people, you know, by learning from my mistakes. God bless you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Hope everybody's weekend's going well. It's just getting started, but it's nice to have, relaxing start to the day. Thank you, Juki. Yes, thank you. You know what? It's not easy getting a channel started. You know what I mean? There's a lot to it. I'm doing it 7 days a week. Well, not seven, 5 days a week. I take a couple of days off here and there, but there's a lot to it. I didn't realize how much was involved in YouTubing, but it's fun, passes some time. Is everybody else on YouTube? Oh, car repairs. Hope it's not costing you too much. You're doing most of the work yourself? Hmm. Yeah, you too, Stefan. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Oh, so you you got your work cut out for you, eh? I guess you can tell I'm Canadian. I just said, hey. Don't get me to say a boot. That's something I miss. I with this low vision stuff, I had to lose my license a couple of years ago because I can't see to drive. And man, I had a truck I loved. Good for you. I knew somebody who had a straight car it was a real fast one. It was, you know, like a dragster. That's good. Keeping busy's good. You know, nothing good's happening when you're not doing anything. South Africa, welcome. Thanks for joining. Well, I appreciate it. I'm going for surgery in September, so, you know, fingers crossed that it's going to be a positive outcome. And, you know, um, unfortunately, I'm blind in my right side, so the left side is the one they're working on, and it's going to make me blind for a month at least. So, you know, I'm shitting bricks, to be honest. A little nervous. I'm hoping that it's a positive outcome and I can get my license back. But here we have what's called graduated licensing, where you have to start by basically driving with someone sitting beside you who's a licensed driver, and then eventually you get your full license to drive on your own. I've been driving for 25 years until, you know, I had to give it up. So it's like starting over, but it is what it is. Yeah, thank you. What time is it there in South Africa? Yeah. Good coffee here. Thank you so much. Three in the afternoon. Time for a siesta, I think. Is it hot? It's winter there, isn't it? A lot of bullshit going on around the world. I'm nervous about being in Canada sometimes, being so close to what's going on in the States. Yeah, the government here is a joke, too. I think the government everywhere is a joke. You know what? I don't know what religion I would fall under. Like I'm baptized Christian, but Anglican, but I believe in something. I just don't know how to define it. So I guess I pray in my mind. Um, but thank you, Juki. Winter season. How hot does it get for winter there? We keep buying grapes here that come from South Africa. What's the government doing there that's kind of pissing you off? Finley. Got my dog sitting with me. Hey, buddy. Say hello to my little friend. That's Finley. KZN, I don't know what that is, but Johannesburg. I have a friend who is a lawyer who was in Johannesburg during apartheid, and he had, like everybody, he had to serve. Um, he said it was pretty bad. There was a bus that blew up while he was there. There he is. Good pancake recipe. Well, to be honest, I use something from Costco called Krusties. Sounds gross, but it's a good mix. I don't have one that I make from scratch, though. Do you? Banana pancakes would be great right now. I think we're out of mix. We're probably going to do it from scratch. I forget how big South Africa is. It's a big country. Like, not as big as Canada, but, you know, it's big. It doesn't look so big on the map, but it is. KwaZulu-Natal. King Shaka, cool. I didn't know. Thank you for educating me. Appreciate that. Hello. Welcome. Happy Cloud. Yeah, I grew wider. It happens when you grow older, for some of us. You know what? It's okay. I can't complain. Um, the week has been a little negative from the week before, but that's because of the options that I got. I got a lot of in the money calls, but they're they're down. Friday was a bit of a downer. How about yourself? Okay. Nelson Mandela, yeah, he was a hero. He stood for peace. I respected that. Oh shit, that sucks. Yeah, you know, I kicked myself for not having more. What do you call it? Uh, for not having more index funds. I'm more of a long-term holder. Um, my vision doesn't allow me to really see charts that well. I got to learn if there's a way for people with low vision to do more technical analysis, but it's not something that I've discovered yet. It's all really designed for people that are good visually. I guess if you're really good with math, you could probably do it by the numbers, but I'm not. YOLO, you know what? I think I recognize that the game is rigged. Like, it's gotta be. There's people that know what the hell's going on before any of us do. But, yeah, to each their own. It's all we can do. And I don't try to give advice or anything like that. I just tell people what's happened, what's worked for me and what hasn't, and a lot of shit hasn't worked for me. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any. What's working for you, YOLO? Anything market related? Yes. You know what though? I'm looking forward to. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm looking forward to Nasdaq doing the 24/7 trading, just like crypto. You do well like that. I guess you got to set your points ahead of time. Know your entry and exit. Yeah, I know they applied for clearance for that, but I don't know if it's been approved or what's going on with that. I think it's a great idea, though. I mean, stuff's settled electronically anyway, so there's no reason for us to have to go through, the 1 day settlement afterwards. It's all just numbers on a machine, so uh, it's not like there's cash changing hands. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get even less sleep when that happens, though. Yes, that's something that I struggle with is when to get out. I've done well with some stuff, um, but when is enough to just say okay, that's good enough, and on to the next thing. That's what I struggle with. Sorry, make from those thing like trading. It's all just long term holdings right now. Um, there's lots to learn. Happy weekend. Yeah, I have the same problem. Hmm. Double top. I got to learn more about technical analysis. To be quite honest, I don't follow it because of my vision. Like I have low vision, so reading the charts is a little challenging for me. It's not impossible, but I don't think um, I don't think it's good enough to do live trading based on text. You know what? I don't do forex. I know people that do that make money at it, or claim to, anyways. And I don't do much with crypto except that I have some ETFs that hold it. So I'm not the person to ask really about making money that way. But I understand. I mean, the ETFs that I hold that are basically selling crypto futures are making money. So, there's people that understand it well enough to do well at it. Bitcoin, that's a whole nother thing. It is, I don't quite understand what the hell Bitcoin is other than it's supposedly like digital gold. There's a limited amount of it. And, you know, it's projected to be worth over $3 million in the next 10 years, according to some. That's something I'm going to have to put a little primer video together on is what is Bitcoin, for my own understanding. Because I own ETFs that own Bitcoin, and other than thinking of it like digital gold, um, I don't really comprehend how it has value. You know what I mean? But I don't really understand why paper money has value either, because it's not backed by anything. No, they're different types of investments. Forex stands for foreign exchange. So think of buying a British pound for I forget what you call your money in South Africa, but trading a Canadian dollar for a U.S. dollar and that sort of thing. You can make money on the difference in spread. Warrior Trading? Appreciate that. I'll check that out. You know, I'm like everybody else, I'm learning as I go. And I seem to learn the most by making huge mistakes and then feeling the pain of losing money. I follow Invest with Henry. Yeah, I love learning too. It's a good idea. Just don't put more in than you can afford to lose. Paper trading is a great way to get started, as I understand. Um, I wouldn't mind trying that to to learn technicals. I just don't want to be hooked to my screen all day. Hey, Pentros. Someone else being willing to buy it. Yeah, Bitcoin and paper money. Being willing to buy it in exchange for something. Paper money is backed by the fact you can spend it in the issuing country, right? Yeah, trading with fake money makes a lot of sense to see if you blow it. There's a 90-90-90 rule that I've heard where 90% of traders lose 90% of their money within 90 days. And it's kind of known within the industry that that happens with day traders who get started. Okay, so a dollar is worth a few rand, is it? 50 rand, okay. A dollar here in Canada buys you bugger all. It's pretty bad. I think we have dollar stores where you can buy, little items for a buck, maybe a chocolate bar or something like that. Um, Things have gotten really expensive. A liter of gas. Yeah, last time I had was driving my truck. It was a Silverado with a big V8 in it, and $5 didn't get me far. There was a time when $5 would get you, get you by while you were between paychecks, enough to get to work and back. Hey, you want to say hi? There he is. Oh, big guy. He thinks he's a lap dog, but he weighs about 80 pounds. Hey, buddy. Hey, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you like that. $10. Yeah, so that's like, what, 500 Rand? That's good. That should get you to the grocery store, I guess. I know what it's like to be broke, though. Making $10 is exciting. I think last week I spent $70 at a thrift store to buy 13 different shirts. Most of them were licensed to Maple Leaf. Toronto Maple Leaf is a hockey team, but I bought licensed shirts for them, and I sold 2 of them already and got $70 out of the 13. So, flipping stuff, you can make money. So $5,000 is get you a car. Nice. I've heard gas is expensive in South Africa. Wow. So $5,000 to go far. It's good to know. When it's my turn to retire and take advantage of my account, I wouldn't mind being somewhere where where I can actually fill my needs without, spending everything. Because I don't think it'll be Canada when I'm older. I've heard you can go far with less money in Brazil, but I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know that that'll work. Yeah, Antarctica, yeah. Peter, that's about. Uh, uh, well, thank you for that. Yeah. And where do you belong, Peter? Okay. Hey, bud. What's going on? wouldn't mind checking that out. Cape Town? Wouldn't mind seeing Cape Town someday. As long as my vision holds. I've been wanting to check out Italy for the food. The government? Yeah, there's lots of people that think that all Canadians have a moose and a grizzly bear in their backyard. We do have some wild animals, but you know, they don't bother you if you don't bother them. For the most part. There's always the outliers. Cape Town prices? I saw somebody on TikTok who was showing what they could do with grocery shop in there and what it cost in rand. I didn't know the exchange rate was like 50 to 1, but it makes sense now. It was definitely cheaper than here. Really? Moose and grizzly bear, Petros? Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good day for the moose or the grizzly bear. I'm not sure who would win that fight. Oh, thank you. I'll check it out. How's the you know, Trump claims that there's a white genocide happening in South Africa. Is that all just bullshit? Like everything else he says? You know what? I'm trying to love the guy. I don't know. Bigger bears. Yeah, a lot. It's hard to know what, if anything, is real news. I'm trying to reserve judgment, but there's trade war going on between U.S. and Canada. It's I don't know how much of it's bullshit and how much is real. Hasn't affected me that much yet, but prices are going up as a result. So, that's my government putting tariffs on American stuff. It's just a mess. Nobody wins a trade war. I hear you. I guess I just have trouble because some of what he says seems like he's kind of making it up as he goes. Um, but he has been right about some things. I think it's just the execution that I don't agree with. Like, yeah, they have an immigrant problem, but is rounding him up the only way to do it? I don't know. Uh, I don't understand it. I haven't lived with. Well, actually, no. We do have our own sort of issues here with people that came as students for programs that were not really good, and there's a number of people that came into Canada who are temporary foreign workers who've been hired to do jobs that they're willing to do at minimum wage, where most Canadians, you know, were a little hesitant to do them at. Um, Not that they wouldn't, but for instance, I made pizza for a while at a Little Caesars pizza joint, and I was making minimum wage there, and most of the people I was working with were Caucasian. Now, everybody at that location is from somewhere else, and I don't have anything wrong with people coming here from anywhere. Um, but I have a problem when management only hires people from elsewhere. You know what I mean? So the farmer thing was real. Oh, it sounded like it was crap. Yeah, the yelling is what I don't like, and it's I don't understand it. I haven't had to live with it. I agree, Peter. You know what? I did. I sold stuff to migrant farmers at one point, driving from farm to farm, helping them out with their bare necessities, and that's the type of work that we don't generally want to do as Canadians. Picking fruit and that sort of thing. But it's important work. Okay. So because you have a darker complexion, you're treated differently? Is that what happens? I worked in an area in southern Ontario where they were growing cherries, apples. There was a lot of vegetables and tobacco. Yes, lots of berries. The greenhouses in that area were miles long. Lots of tomatoes. We import most of the labor to do our agriculture, like the hard labor part, and most of them were from uh, Eastern Caribbean, as I recall, like Trinidad, Jamaica, Saint Lucia, and of course Mexico. We've been bringing in a lot of people from the Philippines to do farming as well. You can't beat locally grown strawberries and raspberries. But I think the stuff that grows outside tastes a lot better than the stuff that's grown in the greenhouse. Am I pronouncing your name right? Wanda? Oh, okay. Mm. Race wars are so stupid. It's incredible. Here, I wouldn't even. Now, maybe it's because I'm white, but I never even consider myself to be part of any racial system, you know, like I guess just that's white privilege, I guess. Um, we have ongoing issues with various groups here too, um, and some of them are not treated well. It still goes on today. Just racism in Canada is a little more subtle. That's my observation, anyways. Yeah, I want nothing to do with all that bullshit. I'd rather connect with everybody, you know, like except for assholes. But I can be an asshole too sometimes. So, what are you gonna do? Good for you. A path of peace is a more profitable one, anyways. And, you know, according to the stories, you know, we're all supposed to be, you know, sons and daughters of Abraham. So, you know, we should all be getting along, I think. I'm not terribly religious, but, um, you know, I get the gist. Central Africa, okay. Peter, that makes sense. Mr. Beast. You know what? I have yet to check out his content. I've just been doing my own thing. 1 million people in 1800. If you think there's too many cultures there, I've heard that India has something like 29 official languages. We have trouble with French and English here. You know what? I think you'd be surprised. Mr. Beast probably worked hard to get going, and he is where he is now. I understand he's the biggest creator on here. I should really check out his shit, but I haven't. But if you got something else going on at the same time, like a main income, you could probably do it as you go. My main thing is doing the trading, and eventually I'd like to do interviews with people, to bring more value to people about investment strategies and that sort of thing from people who know what they're doing, because I sure as hell don't. Wow, 400 million, that's incredible. Yeah, is he using much AI? Huh, I'll check it out. Yeah, he's got his own thing. Mr. Beast is a cannibal. Oh, maybe. I tell you, well, it's probably not safe for work, but my ex-girlfriend liked, anyways. Yeah, except there's something, they're changing the policy of YouTube so that straight AI content, like if all you're doing is putting up AI, you're not going to get monetized for it, or something to do with that. I haven't read the policy. He ate his friend. Holy shit. Well, there was that movie about the people that had the plane crash and had to eat each other. Okay, anti-spamming, that makes sense. And I heard on the news this morning, whether it's fake or not, I believe this, that Disney is suing the people who are making the Star Wars, you know, the Stormtrooper videos, they're copyright infringement, so you know they're being blocked. They're getting sued. What happened to Chris? Who's Chris? I'm gonna have to watch Mr. Beast to get myself educated. So I'm taking that Chris was a friend of Mr. Beast. Is that what I'm? I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay, well, I guess, you know, people come out eventually if they are. Um, it is what it is. Maybe he was always gay and just pretending. There's something that happens in prison here where they call it gay for the stay. Yeah, people are fucked, you know. No, but I'm in a law enforcement family, and I worked for the cops at one point. Not as a cop, but as a, uh, a civilian. No, I want nothing to do with that. I've known people that have been to jail, um, and I steer clear. You know, people make mistakes and they can change, I guess, but I guess I don't know. Yeah, Call of Duty with guns. No, I had nothing to do with baiting criminals. Just paperwork, administrative support, tech support, that sort of thing. Actually, not allowed to talk about what I did, but that's yeah, prison's bad, and it should be. It shouldn't be a place you want to go. You know what? You do something bad, you deserve to be there. Our our system's messed up though. People will steal a car in the morning, get arrested at lunch, and be out by dinner. It's it's bullshit. Yeah, I never want to see the inside of a prison either. Hey, Minnie, welcome. I hope life's not treating you too badly. Episodic disabilities. Yes, being off of benefits is is the goal. It would be unpleasant. What kind of investments are working for you, Minnie? Nothing wrong with passive investing. You know what? Overtrading can cost you money. I've learned the hard way. Maximizing the RDSP makes a lot of sense. I'm funneling my Canada disability check into my RDSP. Once bills are paid and credit cards settled, that sort of thing, the rest goes into the RDSP. Index funds, segregated funds, all that stuff, it makes a lot of sense. Are there any ETFs that you like currently? No, I didn't know that. I'll have to look into segregated funds. It'd be nice to have something that's an exempt asset when I get to the point of having to worry about that. Sounds like you've done your research. $2017, good for you. That's a long road. I've been at it since about 2014, and seriously since 2020. I had to do something during the pandemic, so I got more serious about my investment strategy and paying close attention to Bloomberg and, you know, kind of doing what the giants do. And I'm the first to admit I have a lot to learn. That sounds like a quick way to prison there, Peter. Okay. Do you have many? Is your CFP someone who works on a fee base, or are they commission based? Sorry. Hey, Vicky. What do you need, Vicky? What are you thinking? Okay. Sounds nice, Vicky. Minnie, that's decent. Are you on a drip? Or are you reinvesting? Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up here. I have low vision, so I'm working on it. Good stuff. Many reinvesting your RDSP makes, well, that's what I do. But I've got a, what's it called? A Bitcoin futures ETF that pays a stupidly high dividend every month and reinvests. It's been nice, but it's kind of speculative. Yeah, mine's my largest account too. I use my TFSAs for covering debts and things. Interesting. I'm glad the RDSP is an exempt asset, but I would like to be able to use it as, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't want to borrow against it, but I just wish it would count for something else. Yeah, no worries. I haven't been working for them for a long time. But she did put it in writing, so that's on you. You know, they are watching. Okay. Minnie, that's interesting. I'd like to know as well. I know once you're over 65, you have no choice but to start taking what LDAPs, long-term disability assistance payments, and apparently the LDAPs are not considered income, if I'm correct. I used Gemini to research that for me, so I got to do it myself and read up on it. Yeah, it's, you know what? It's better than looking like Homer. Sonic. I haven't heard that for a while. I read somewhere that you could wait until you were 65. You had no choice but to start doing it when you're 65. But if you can start at 60, that's cool. Yeah, the asset ceiling really sucks. Thanks, man. I gotta shave it again. It's getting a little stubbly. Yeah, there's got to be a pathway off of ODSP. I think self-sufficiency is the only way. Yes, ODSP makes their own rules. And sometimes your worker can make rules that, you know, on the fly, it seems. Oh, I'll check out your channel. My concern is medical costs. You know, I want off ODSP, but I don't want to lose the medical benefits. If I could pay cash for all that stuff, that's great. But as a diabetic kidney care patient, it's costly to be alive. Yes, I'm familiar with the extended benefits. I wouldn't qualify for any private insurance unless they cover pre-existing conditions. I think I would probably pay out the yin yang for that, but you know, it's not impossible. Yes, Trillium. I went before I had ODSP, I was self-employed, making reasonable money, but um, diabetics, insulin is expensive. It's not so bad in Canada as it is in the States, though. Interesting. I'll have to check out your channel. What's it called, Minnie? Oh, Finley. Yeah. Okay, so each prescription was reviewed? Right, they look at the, what do they call it, the DIN, drug ID number. Oh, Minnie, I remember you. I think we chatted once on PWD Allies. Or PWD Podcast, whatever it's called, with Brent. I think I might have had hair at that point, though. Oh, buddy. Hey, what's going on, Finn? Oh, you want your hug? Okay. Okay, bud. Yes, that's the plan. To be off. Oh, hi. That sounds good. Yes, Minnie. I'll add my email to the channel. I've been remiss in doing that, not wanting to get attacked with spam, but I think there's no avoiding it. You know, I just have to deal with it like everybody else. Hey, buddy. I made a separate email for the channel as well, but I still didn't want to get the spam for it. I have something like 30,000 unread spam messages. Some of them are legitimate, but most of them are spam. And I'm just buried by it, you know, on my my two main accounts. I need a better spam filter. Gmail just doesn't seem to do it. Hi, Duncan. Okay, do you find Outlook works better? Fridge check. Fridge is pretty full right now. Got some steak waiting for dinner. I'm gonna have steak on the Barbie. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I thought about getting a custom domain, but I'm not there yet. I'm not worried about it yet. I don't know where this channel is going other than just documenting my path to, you know, $1 million, which is the goal. And I have 20 years to do it, so it's not unreasonable. Of course, in 20 years, $1 million won't be worth what it is today, so it'll have to be 4. If my inflation calculation adds up. What's your mission, Minnie? Other than exiting ODSP? Yes, debt-free is... Okay. 10 years or less. You know what? It's possible. Debt is the killer. I know some people who consider their perfect credit score to be an asset, which it is, but being able to borrow isn't the same as having money in the bank. Yeah, me too. Currently sitting close to 120. But I trade options, so, you know, that is up and down like a toilet seat some days. Hey, bud. Oh, Finley. What's going on, buddy? So it didn't take you long to get to 100 when you started in 2017. Good for you. You know what? That's a success story. In 2017, I had to take a withdrawal from my account. Oh, sorry, 2020. That's even better. Good for you. Financial peace journey. Interesting. Hey, what's going on? What do you think of the idea of universal income? What do they call it? Universal basic income? Sounds like a trap to me. Okay, Dave Ramsey. Yes, I agree. It's necessary, and AI is going to make it even more necessary with, you know, so many jobs disappearing. I know they're not outright firing people yet, but they're not hiring to replace people as they retire because, you know, you can do more with less. At least they're not outright firing people yet. Oh, cool. Do you use ChatGPT or Gemini or something else? I currently use both of them. I use ChatGPT until I run out of free time, and then I switch over to Gemini. You know, I find that Gemini works excellent for describing my videos, because I friggin' hate uh, writing out a big description of each video. So I use Gemini to help me do that, and vidIQ to help with the thumbnails and all the other stuff. Oh, Copilot. I thought Copilot was using ChatGPT. I'm on an iPhone, and it's deeply integrated with ChatGPT, but just enough to be frustrating. Okay, desktop, yeah. I'm on a Mac, so um, suppose I could still use Copilot. I just haven't. But I've heard that ChatGPT Playground, the developer version, is better. Seriously, WhatsApp? Oh, right, because Meta AI. You're using all the free stuff. I gotta use more free stuff. I try to use everything free before I spend a dime on anything. Oh shit. I'm at 10% battery. I gotta go. Yes, everything is a free account. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. We should definitely talk. Um, what's your channel called? Oh, I found a cord. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we should collaborate. All my stuff is open for remixing and, you know, responding and all that other stuff. I think all my videos are up as what do you call it? Creative Commons. So as long as there's attribution, you do whatever you want. Um, and you know, I've been wanting to do sort of like not quite the PWD thing, but uh, an interview style podcast um, with success stories of people that have used the RDSP correctly and successfully. And I want to talk to um, some actual experts on the subject because I think you know the information is important to get out there. And I don't know if you recall, but there was uh, one guy on PWD Allies who has not taken advantage of getting a disability tax credit, and I he said his doctor didn't want to do it. I'd fire my doctor, find another one. Yes, there's not too many of us that are actually doing it. I talked to another guy out west, um, the DD channel. He took a moonshot on a quantum AI stock last year, and more than tripled his investment from 65K to over 300. Um, and yeah, he's done very well with his RDSP, but yeah, yeah, most people don't invest at all. That's right. But I mean, it's $3 for every dollar you put in, up to 500, and then you know two after that to the what is it 1,500 limit, uh, unless you hit your cap. Until you hit your cap, it makes a lot of sense. And $70,000, you know, grants available. Like, why wouldn't you do it? I have to do the carry forwards. I'm gonna have to borrow to do it, but um, I think it's worthwhile. Oh, okay. I've um, I've sold a couple of vehicles since having the RDSP, which, you know, with the carry forwards, tripled what I was depositing. It made a lot of sense. I used the money from the vehicle sales to deposit. But back in 2017, I had to take a withdrawal, and that cost me triple. You know, I took out $2,000, and it was brutal. It was a good lesson of what not to do. I would have been at 100K a lot sooner if I had just, you know, scraped by without touching it, but I had to pay rent. Good for you, though. 100K in 5 years. That's impressive. So you do the GIC thing too? I was listening to an advisor who said he would never do a GIC because of the the lockup, but I don't know. I get mixed feelings on it. I have a few GICs going. I think it makes sense. You know, um, there are people out there who have the expertise who'd be willing uh, to donate some time. I think. Okay, I got that impulse control under control a while ago, but I was diagnosed with a condition that causes impulse control to be difficult. So I think just age and maturity and the right medication made a difference. But I still have my moments, if you know what I mean. Okay. I I have a couple of GICs, but I don't do much with it. I keep more of my money in mutual funds and ETFs and stocks and options. Good morning, Canadian gal. How's life in Nova Scotia right now? Oh yeah. I think we're gonna be hitting 30 degrees today here. Peer support knowledge base makes sense. Hmm. I haven't encountered that, but I haven't really looked, to be honest, Minnie. Yeah, everyone's gonna cook. We got forest fires going on up north, and I think we're gonna have more of them. Everyone is gonna cook. Yeah. Oh, okay. So they were trying to just take advantage of us, basically, Minnie, you're saying? Oh, the tariff threat, it seems to be shrugged off right now, Canadian gal. People seem to be not trusting what he's saying as being something that's going to happen. Except Friday was a bit of a dip. Hmm. Well, good for you, Minnie. Some people need to be told to fuck off once in a while. Yeah, LLQP. What is that? Well, a lot of them are commissioned. Well, I think all of them are commissioned. Eh? They make more the more they manage. Okay, life license. So these are life insurance professionals? Yeah, I think it is a negotiating tactic, Canadian gal. But it's not fun to live with. Are you planning, Minnie, on borrowing against your segregated fund? Like as a, what do they call it, perpetual bank account? Hmm, interesting. Yeah, like vultures. I think mostly like, the big insurance companies, cooperators, Sun Life, independent agents, a lot of them. Manulife, I'd imagine, being on it. Canadian gal, I think you're considering a change in your account, as I recall. Oh, cool. Charity foundation. That's nice. Yes. I think Canadian Gal's dealing with that directly, only having mutual funds available. Yes, definitely more scavengers. Good for you. That's really nice, Minnie. We have to have our own financial literacy because we can't trust that everybody's got our best interest in mind. That's something that I wish Canada required. Actually, was something called fiduciary responsibility, so that anybody who advises us on money has to have our best interest in mind legally. Apparently, it doesn't mean a hell of a lot, but generally speaking, there's a legal requirement for people like accountants to have our best interest in mind when we hire them. And financial advisors, I think, should have to have that as well. They should hear their clients. Yeah, the bank works for us. Yeah, certified financial planner. There's it's quite the roadmap to get there. I was looking at getting my basic securities license just so that I know what the hell I'm talking about, and it it's not accessible. I'm low vision, so I need audio. Um, it's not there yet, and they don't answer the phone. They don't even publish their phone number on their website, so it's not very confidence instilling to deal with the Canadian Securities Institute. Yeah, the titles don't mean bugger all, really. Yeah, that's me, Bruce. Oh, the fees are nuts. Sounds like you might need another place to deal with, Canadian gal. I'd be interested to know that, Minnie. Okay. Yeah, when I first opened my RDSP at TD location, they didn't know anything about the RDSP either. I had to educate them. Mm. Yeah, I deal with National now. National Bank has been very good for my direct investing. They have their issues, but if you have over $20,000 in your account, you don't pay trading fees unless you do options. So, it's been good. And they are considered one of the tier one banks, I believe, but they don't treat it like that. Canadian Gal TD direct investing is okay. The problem that I had with them was I was trading. I would say I was over trading, and every trade cost $10. So if you trade in Canadian dollars, you pay $10 Canadian. If you trade in US, you're paying 10 US, and it adds up quickly if you're doing 10 or 20 trades a month. Whereas with National, it's something like $100 a year if you have under $20,000. Okay, dynamic fund. Interesting. I've heard that fee-based advisors that you pay hourly can be more reliable, but I think it depends, entirely on the person. Well, Canadian Gal, it does add up, but I mean, if you're not planning on doing more than just buying something once a month, it's not a huge deal. But I resent the idea of paying to buy something. I think it's stupid. So, I get everybody has to get paid, but um, in the States with Robinhood, you know, you can trade as much as you want for free. They get paid on selling the order flow. So why don't we have that here? I mean, I think National Bank is as close as it gets to that. I should probably check my portfolio less often, but because I'm trading options, uh, I like to have my finger on the pulse. I don't know why. I should just set the exit points and be done with it, but it gives me something to do. Well, I didn't know at the time either, Canadian Gal, and to be honest, National Bank only started advertising uh, their $0 commission thing not long ago. Definitely a learning journey, Minnie. Yeah. All we can do is improve tomorrow, improve today to make tomorrow better, right? Can't do anything about the past. Just learn from it. Get smarter on money. Oh, Minnie, I don't know how to type in this. I don't think it'll let me. My email is disabledinvestor24@gmail.com. Number 24. I started the channel in December 24 and didn't know what 2024 and didn't know what to call the stupid things though. Thank you. Yeah, we should definitely set something up. I've been holding off on paying for Zoom, but I think it'd be worth it to have a month. Yeah. I just don't know what my end goal is other than doing interviews. I guess I kind of look like Joe Rogan. I'm bald like him. Okay. Other video conference options. That's good to know. That's, I used Google Meetup at one point. Zoom is free until you want to stream it. Like if I wanted to record a Zoom call for YouTube, apparently if I wanted to stream it live, you have to have a pro account for that. But I don't know that I want to stream it. Maybe just record it and replay it afterwards, you know. But it would be nice to be able to take live questions. Restream IO. Okay. Is that something that works with Twitch as well if you wanted to stream your gaming? It'd be nice to have kind of ask me anything thing, especially with the professional online. One that's not ableist. Streamlabs, okay. Thank you so much, Minnie. That's really great. Yeah, have to set up a time when, you know, and use the socials to make it known ahead of time. I just kind of do lives impromptu. Lately, I haven't really set a time to do it, but you know, if it's an event, then have to kind of market it ahead of time, I guess. Eventually, it'd be nice to have one of the banks on board, one of them that actually supports us in a way that's respectful. Not everybody wants to take our RDSP business. They're happy to take our money, though. Money coach certification. I hadn't heard of that. My whole thing, my whole shtick here really is documenting the journey to $1 million and helping other people along the way learn from my mistakes. You know what I mean? Because I've made a few of them. Yeah. Starting is hard. Makes sense. Last year's return was 67%. So, you know, if I can replicate that again 2-3 years in a row, I think I'll have enough chops to actually have some authority on something. But for now, it's just, this is how I messed up, and I wouldn't do that. Anyways, I've been online for 2 hours. I gotta go. Or 3 hours. Holy shit. That's what I want. I don't want to sell products. I don't want to push things on people that may not be suitable for them. Like I don't want to work at a bank and push mutual funds. Yeah, it's been a long stream. I just wish there was a way to keep the chat, so that if I was to rebroadcast it, or you know, repost it, it would still show up. I don't think it does. Like, it should be on the screen as we're going for the restream. Oh, okay, Prism. You mentioned that. I got to try that. Yeah, and YouTube is really trying to push the vertical live streaming right now. Prism Live. Right. I'm going to sign off, guys. Nice talking to you. Great. I'm going to catch your show. Nice talking to you. Take care, Canadian gal. I'll talk to you later, Minnie. Thanks for the email. Bye for now.